Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 19, Week 7. Today, we're taking a look at the Cryptic team, which is definitely not called Pitching Tents, taking on Shenanigans, the new Chon team, which is going to be very different from now on, I think.
5 seconds remaining.
What happened to the old chon team?
3 people quit.
Pardon?
Coffee Cat ghosted the team until the team was gone. Or until the team, well, just said he was gone anyway. Did not tell them anything and was offline on Discord. I assume Invis mode on Discord all of game day, which he just spent playing Raid Shadow Legends. Mighty Midget said he was going to be in to the end no matter what, and then quit. And Danny just followed him when both of those guys were gone.
Wow, so Warcarp had to put a new team together.
Oh no, Sean had to put a new team together. So now it's going to be a completely different lineup. Not this time, it's going to be... They actually do have a stand-in for one of their replacement players. I don't know who 666 is, but he's standing in over Big Boy LaCroix. It's going to be, I think, Pocket, Carp, Giraffe, or maybe Pocket, Carp, Big Boy... I don't know. It's going to be some combination of these 5 guys. And of course, you still have the 2 guys left over.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see. Carp's a good mid laner. I have no idea about almost anybody else. We shall see.
Lots of very meta bans thus far. Not the bounty hunter so much, but otherwise more meta than comfort. I actually played for the first time in nearly a year the other day, and I found out, oh no, last patch did not change anything. It's still like a very meta-dominated situation. It's just some of the names have changed around. But it's definitely still got that Civ 5 balancing where it's like if you're on like a good hero, it's not that much better than average. If you're on like a below average hero, it like sucks to be you. That's a very interesting first pick, the DK there. DK is still very good, but I don't know if he's like safe, you know?
Yeah, I feel like he's a kind of safe hero right now. He's just so tanky and he does so much damage, it's hard to go wrong with DK.
I think the issue is it still breaks. You can still turn a lot of that off.
True.
And silences, like especially long ones, like the silencer ult, for example, still screw with them.
I mean, most fights he's going to be Mask of Madness anyway, so I don't know how true that is anymore.
Well, the problem is going to be if you get silenced before you hit Elder Dragon form. That sucks.
Oh, that, yeah.
And that's not a bad guy to deal with them either, the Zeus. Just, you know, there's one thing that DK is still not really great at. It is tanking loads of magic damage. He's great with the physical damage, and he's good with, like, long, small bursts of magic damage. But a guy like Zeus is going to be doing a lot of alpha magic damage to him. He doesn't like that so much. One of the more meta picks this patch. Certainly. Given what happened with Jakiro last week for the Cryptic team, I'm surprised they let it get this far, frankly. Because they just had that thing and it just dominated. It just walked all over the other guys.
5 seconds remaining.
Magnus ban is good. I definitely feel like that hero is, like, ridiculous right now. So I have no argument against banning that.
I've seen that hero so many times.
Yeah.
It's getting on my nerves to see the hero.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a fun hero to watch or to play against in its current incarnation. It's just, you have a Magnus, therefore, every once in a while you will just randomly be charged somewhere where you just die. You have no chance to do anything about it.
And also just, you AFK farm until 30 minutes into the game and then you just win because having that long and that wide of a BKB piercing stun is exceptionally powerful in the ultra late game. Like, no carry can survive, basically no carry can survive a double RP in the ultra late game.
I can.
Doubtful. especially with how much damage Magnus does.
So yeah, that's the guy I expect to see more. I wonder if the hero that I think is going to be like the biggest benefactor of the patch is going to show up either of the times this week.
Team pick.
It's not that guy.
It's
I
not
actually
that
think, I don't know, the Centaur doesn't really seem like he's benefited much from the changes to everything. Seems like, if anything,
10
he's a
seconds
little
remaining.
worse off now than before. Some things about him got nerfed, and items he likes got changed in a way he doesn't like. It's not like unplayable, not unfeasible by any means, but it's certainly not the guy I'm talking about. At the very least, it's something that's going to be able to put a front up against the Dragon Knight. So there's that, but he is very physical damage heavy, and that is not great. Speaking of very physical damage heavy, there's another very physical damage heavy man. So they're definitely going to have to be relying on either their last pick or their support line. I assume it's the support Zeus anyway, to really deal with that
10
DK.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Because neither of these guys are that great at it.
5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut, Centaur, no, not really. I think DK sort of free farms in lane against Centaur, and if Jug ever spins in an unfortunate position near the DK will just kill him in his spin.
Yeah. He's not really somebody you're ever going to kill with an Omni Slash either. Even when you're
Not
like, unless you're really baller and he's fallen off the face of the world, that's not really a
Unless
realistic
it's like
objective.
much later in the game and you get a full solo Omni Slash, it's not really feasible. that
Yeah.
he's gonna die inside of
And even that, there's still like, depending on how he's building, there's still even a question mark to that.
There's still even a question of that if he buys something in the ultra late game to counteract that, whether that be
Like if
an
he gets like a
upgraded tool.
Satanic and is just able to just plow through your team while you're doing that, for example,
Or-
then that's not happening, yeah.
Yeah. Or even like an extra armor item like AC.
Yeah. I think there's sweet time here on Chon team. They're going to end up with Furion. I hate this guy, and I don't hate him in the good way. I hate him in the way that I think he sucks, and the last patch didn't change that.
Could this be the Pause 1 Furion that we've been seeing in pro play a lot? The Pause 3 DK?
Maybe.
Because a lot of people have been playing Pause on Furion.
10 seconds.
A lot of
Just
people have been
because
playing Puzzle
he
and
does
Furion, and there must
more
be
damage.
something to it.
Radiant
There must be
team
something
back.
to it in pro games that doesn't translate to pub games, because every time I've seen Nature's Prophet in a non-pro capacity, it's just flopped miserably and done nothing.
Well, the reason is because they made a Universal Hero, which even though they nerfed Universal Heroes, they still do large amounts more damage than every other type of hero in the game, and just right clicks in the late game.
That is true, it's
so-
just people are bad at right-clicking, I guess.
So if you build, and this Nature's Prophet hero farms so ridiculously fast with everything that it has,
Radiant
with its
team
alt
back.
and all that you just build up this massive gold lead and you build up a bunch of items and you just do insane amounts of damage. Like I've seen in a pro match a Nature's Prophet out farm an Alk in a pro game.
Very nice.
I think it was like Mickey versus Dirachi or something like that. And Mickey was up like 10k 50 minutes into the game.
What I see in non-pro games is a lot of Furions farming very quickly, and then just dying before they're able to get more than 3 shots out in a fight, basically.
Or they'll TP in early before they're actually able to fight and die, and then they've lost every gold lead that they have.
Also true. And I also kind of hate him in this game. You have the Zeus who can track him globally and get the last second punish if he does escape. You've got the Oracle who's going to really nullify a lot of the advantages that he has, in particular just being able to false promise somebody who's under Furion attack. That's kind of the one thing he has. If Furion doesn't get to kill you in a half second, he's not going to win the fight, you know what I mean?
Unless he has multiple items, yeah, really.
Even if he
Although,
has
you know,
multiple items, it's still like, I
In the
feel like...
late game, this is the trees. The trees is going to be an issue for Jug because typically you want to buy Maelstrom or Mjolnir against DK. But against Nature's Prophet, you're probably going to want to buy a Battle Fury just to have the tree cutting power for the late game, which is going to be an issue.
Yeah, that is true.
Because that also cuts your early game damage against DK. It increases your farming speed slightly.
The good news is that he doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to worry about it quite that much because Centaur ult gives you tree run. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And I guess 4 staffs exist, but
Also that, yeah.
in my games, typically nobody buys 4 staffs, and you get stuck inside of trees.
Oh, in a game we saw last week, nobody bought 4 staff or tangos or quelling blade, and thus the Nature's Prophet, who should have had a horrible lane, got a free lane and got super fed.
Just had a 4-second stun on cooldown.
Though the only problem with that was that it didn't work at all anyway, and they still lost because it was like MP in a non-pro game.
Well, these things happen.
And the end of the game was NP, Blue Jay on MP, jumping on somebody, and then just getting killed before he's able to get a right click off.
Well, these things, they happen.
Getting the axe.
Oh, so this is mid DK.
I guess so. Guess they're guess it's going to be the
Unless
stealing
hero or mid for some fucking reason.
Stealing in the pool's job, I guess.
Yeah.
I like the axe here in a lot of ways. It doesn't do anything to the centaur, but I don't think you have to care that much about him in that capacity. Ties up the jug really well, and there's a lot of things that you could pick out to counter the DK here that are really not things you want to be putting into the axe's line of fire. I do think he was one of the heroes that was one of the biggest losers of the last patch. He does feel like way less good this patch than the last one, so there is that, but...
Yeah, Jug has the unfortunate effect that most agility carries have of a very low health pool. And with like 3 spins and blade mail damage, you can usually 100 to 0 Juggernaut in the middle of a call. Although Oracle's going to make that hard. Oracle being Cryptic's specialty. Usually banned against him every game, but given away here.
Mm-hmm. The Razor, I like it here. Okay, that's not Warcarp on the DK, so what's he going to be doing? Is that going to be Fury on mid?
Potentially.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Fury on mid. I was about to say Razor's pretty good against DK in the lane, but that changes slightly against Prophet. Probably still not going to be good for Prophet.
Yeah, but not as bad as the DK and the Razor would have been for the DK.
Not as bad as the DK would have been, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good pick on their part. I think this is, I've said before, right? Like, I'm not the biggest believer in the Razor. I don't think that's changed much in the patch. There are a lot of people who think, oh, just run Razor in whatever game, who cares? But I think even now we're still kind of in the situation where it feels like you really need to have a good game for Razor to have a good game for Razor. It's not going to happen to you by default. Luckily, I like this game for Razor. I don't think it's bad. I think you will definitely need to find a way to live through the Nature's Prophet if the game goes super late, but you do have ways to do that, especially with the Oracle on your side. You're going to get at least a false promise's worth of time to deal with them, and that's really good. I like him into the DK. He's not bad into the Axe. He's unlikely to die in a call in most cases, so yeah, good pick there.
Yeah. Razor's really good. Besides the Prophet in the late game, they're going to have a harder time than usual locking him down. Him buying a Hurricane Pike wouldn't be too bad this game, honestly.
No, yeah. I mean, he's not a ranged hero, but it's certainly...
Razor, yeah. Yeah, he is.
I thought he was like a melee hero with just a really long attack.
No, he's a ranged hero. Dragonlance increases his attack range.
Interesting. At least there definitely was at least some time where that was the case, where he was getting melee benefits from items or whatever.
Yeah, I think that was before Dragonlance, though.
I see.
Fully.
You will die in a house fire.
Damn.
Getting called pathetic for that remark. I noticed Tristero's still on the Centaur here, so I guess he really enjoyed playing 3 last week. He's just gonna do it again. I don't think that's that bad of an idea. I think Space Cowboy's a better 4 than 3, and I think 3's this patch. I feel like if you have a guy who's better at 4 than 3 playing 3, you're wasting your time. Space Cowboy is helping the team more by doing this. Axe is gonna walk uphill here and find a lot of pain. Goodbye.
giving it to
first-blooded.
Tristero.
You were doing very well. I'm very
So,
intrigued.
yeah, Tristero, we've seen, can do this 3 thing, and as I think that's like the ideal on your team. Is like you want somebody who is competent at 3, and not going to be better served somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, 3 for 1 trade on the runes, though, courtesy of Lion stunning out the Zeus at the last second, and that takes us to everyone's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. On the Cirque du SoGay, pause 1, you've got Krem on the Juggernaut. Pause 2, you've got In the Pool on the Razor. Pause 3, you've got Tristero on the Centaur Warrunner. Pause 4, you've got Space Cowboy on the Zeus. And pause 5, you've got Cryptic, captain of the team, on the Oracle. On the other side of the coin, on Shenanigans, pause 1, you've got Pocket on the DK. Pause 2, you've got Warcarp on the Nature's Prophet. That's an ugly, ugly set, Mr. Warcarp. Pause 3, you've got Giraffe on the Axe. Pause, also known as Vetus, I guess. He even took that out of his little thing there. Pause 4, you've got Bread. I don't know who that is. And pause 5, you've got Chon, captain of the team on the Jakiro. Usually he's 4, I guess he's 5 today.
Yeah, I guess 666 is a 4-player.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Big Boy's going to be doing 4 on this team. Hard to say. I don't really know. Whoever this Brett guy is. Do you know who Brett is, by any chance?
Nope. Never heard of them.
This person? They've got the same thing that Godlike Matt does there.
I don't think it is Matt.
No, it's definitely not Matt. Matt will be playing in a different game this week, as it turns out. So it's not him. He's just got the same little mini profile.
He's so French he can split himself in half.
Is
The
that
French
like?
half and the Canadian
Is that what being French lets you do? Mitosis?
Specifically Quebecers.
I see. Is that what being from
'Cause they've got
Quebec
the-
makes you do? Mitosis?
Yes, because they've got the Quebec half and then the Canadian half, so they can
I see.
separate as necessary.
Yeah, and Matt lives in Manitoba, so I think that lets him do it like another time as well. There could be 3 Matts. That's a
And no, that's still just the Canadian half.
no. You got the Quebec half, you got the Canadian half, and you got, because of Manitoba, the weird, like, Francian First Nations portion. The old Metis portion, right? So that's the third part. So far in the pool, has been rocking and rolling mid, which isn't a big surprise. I really don't favor Furion particularly much in this matchup. He doesn't even have anything to deal with the trees. It's just, Okay, so this is a nuke now. Warcarp wasn't crazy.
Yeah, no, it's just
What the
single
hell?
target damage now.
That's super weird.
Although technically, if they're standing close enough together, it is potentially AoE damage, but it's everything within the trees gets damaged.
Yep.
You can use it to secure last hits or range creep specifically.
Shoutouts to the Dota 2 wiki for being up to date as always.
Oh, they're amazing.
What happened to the Dota 2 wiki, man? It feels like they've been getting worse and worse over the years at actually being up to date here. Giraffe getting hammered by this Jug and Oracle combo, which isn't surprising. This is a really tough lane. Especially when you've got a really good Juggernaut and you've got a really good Oracle. And Crib may not be Cryptic's brother, but he ain't far from it. Tristero... just getting the paratrooper falls on his head. The Furion rotates here to get the kill.
The Paraprophet.
That's what it is. It's an insertion, right?
Allies just paradrop fucking prophets into the middle of World War II.
Exactly. Just goes
Which
back,
paradrop?
Mets. That's good. That's definitely good for Furion. You know, it's both good to support his team in that capacity, which is something you need as Furion. You definitely want your team to be in an ideal position, and it's good to turn around a little bit because he's down pretty bad at mid, but the kill will even that out a little bit.
Even in denies, but he's down 8 last. It's probably because of that rotation. Lost a couple creeps to the tower.
Mm-hmm. With that being done, it does feel like things are getting a little slower. This Dire offlane, it isn't doing anything. Oh, that I feel that one, Giraffe. I feel that. The old do the battle hunger and then the guy gets a last hit the next frame trick. Interesting time for Crim to turn. It was like he thought the Oracle was coming for him. You know what I mean? DK and Centaur having very boring lanes up here. Outside of that one kill they got on Centaur, the last hits are even, the denies just barely favoring the DK here. They're just having a boring old time. Oh, Centaur did just have to pop a fairy fire to not die there, but you know. Or maybe that was a Lotus actually. Who could say?
I think it was a Lotus.
Probably. It is 5 minutes, so. Got those twin nullies on the Prophet here.
Which I don't think is the best build. Go for the typical Universal Hero strat and just build a bracer for that extra 50 health flat.
There you go.
That's fair and balanced.
Zeus just zaps the Jakiro out of this world and starts to show the fangs a little bit against the DK. Now that he's got that level 2 lightning bolt, it is doing some pretty nasty damage to him every time it drops on him.
200 damage, minus 25%. 150 is not much to scoff at for a DK.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, it's not usually the case where you see the DK just kind of sitting here behind the tower. That was definitely an attempt to intervene here from Warcarp, who is now deep in this fray. He's going after the Zeus on the Furion. He's kind of ignoring the Centaur, which I would say is the right play, so long as you can actually get him. And the Him is got, and with Jakiro coming back into the lane, so is the Centaur. So another
both carries is very nice.
Yep, another good situation there. This doesn't really tell the full story, but another good situation there for the Dire, and another good situation
Something must
for
have
the
happened
Prophet.
bottom because Cryptic did 1,000 damage there, and used 3 mangoes.
Cryptic did 1,000 damage. Eh, Hoser? The having the traditional fight for the Wisdom non-rune.
Who got it now?
And,
Who got it? Because it's a 50-50 shot if they're contesting.
It's Cryptic.
Cryptic got it. Okay, he got the lucky.
Sean is walking away with no XP and half health. I gotta say though, it is good that Prophet's able to get some kills and the Razor's unable to get out of the trees. It's good that Prophet's been able to get some kills and get some momentum for the rest of his team, but he's not really translating that success to mid. It feels like he needs a rotation here because look at that. This is a good Razor game and look at that last hit deny count. That is scary. He is currently 23 last hits up on the Furion, 11 denies. It's a lot. Look at the net worth chart here. Even though it's 8 minutes, so it doesn't mean that much, but you can still see nearly 1,000 gold advantage at this point in the game. So that's a little shocking. This is a good Razor game, and he's got a good team to support that being a good Razor game as well, and that could get bad. Like, this Razor and Oracle, there's definitely a world where this Razor, Oracle, and Zeus just kind of run around getting kills in the mid-game, and it's very difficult to even think about how to stop that. And you can't sleep on this either. Jug's not really that far behind. This offlane has been kind of a gong show for, oh no, for poor Giraffe, who's almost died doing a jungle camp down here, now has to walk home. And finish his wand, even though he doesn't seem like he wants to be in this lane anymore, which is interesting.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Again, it's not really that surprising. You could accuse Axe of a lot of things, but being a good laner into the Jug is not really one of them. You have the Oracle, who's going to stop him from having like any kind of kill pressure, and that like sucks when you're in a lane with Axe. You really don't want to be Axe in a lane where you have no kill pressure. That's bad. Gonna do a camp, gonna get half of it stolen by the Furion by total accident. Going to have a bit of a fight here at top. Jakiro just pressing all the buttons here is going to get everybody with everything he does. You notice how the lanes is swapped at this point? The Zeus is hanging out with the Jug bot, the Oracle's hanging out with the Centaur top. That's a little unusual. I guess because they realize they don't need a defensive support down here anymore. The Axe pretty far behind at this point, whereas the Centaur are still very vulnerable. They do run over the Centaur here at top, but intervention from Razor is going to make this look. Yep, that sucks. There's not really any solution to that for the Furion.
For the entire team, I guess they picked Axe to potentially counter the Oracle ultimate.
Potentially.
Because if they're low enough before they get Oracle ulted, they still just die.
That is true, but...
Oh, Jug spin.
Somebody do something. That's a really good kill for Axe, actually. Just a really good... Kind of a lucky find, but hey, you take what you can get when you're in a point like this, right?
Yeah. Killing the enemy carry alone at a side lane. 10 minutes into the game.
With the Culling Blade as well, so he's gonna get that.
True. The triple armor stacks.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Radiant won mid and the safe lane, but I guess mid was pretty close.
Yeah.
Actually, the entirety of the top lane just seems to be very even if nobody got anything out of it.
Yeah, the mid was really bad for the Furion. He did turn it around eventually through getting a bunch of kills and through just farming by accident with his ult. So there's that.
But DK and Centaur are both bottom 2 carries in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of a bloody stalemate. The only thing that happened for Pocket was just ganks on his lane, and the only thing that happened for Tristero was nothing. And this isn't going to make anything better for poor Pocket. Razor just comes to top, uses the old bulldozes here. And just takes his tower for totally free while Bread sits in the trees and cries. Got an Invis Rune on the Prophet here, which might be interesting to see something done with. He's just gonna drop trees on Zeus and walk away. Never mind, no interesting here. 2v1 on the Jakiro between the Radiant supports and him, and the 2 Radiant supports win. This Zeus is actually kind of looking a little baller right now. Yeah, he's almost got as much money as the DK. He's only 1,000 down. She's like one good kill on, like, let's say, one good kill on the Furion away from passing the DK, and that is very realistic.
Yeah.
Centaur is kind of great value Centaur right now. He's got a Vanguard. That's funny. I can't remember who it was, but somebody in my chat recently said Vanguard is a dead item, which is...
Might be going for Halberd.
What?
Might turn that into a Halberd eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a couple good people to throw it on this game, both the DK and the... what's his name, Prophet.
Yep. Sadly, you're still in the situation where it is almost trivial to get rid of it. But...
True, but if he waits till the BKB's done.
Yep, it is still pretty bad, and that's also pretty bad. The War Carp here felt like where a lot of this team's fate was, the thing that a lot of this team's fate was staked on, and he just got completely casually run over by In the Pool here. It wasn't even like a contest. This Razor's so fast, running for this Lion, who is unknowingly just running right into the Centaur. So 3-for-0 trade there. Really good Centaur ult by Tristero enables that momentum to keep going. 1,365 gold changes hands, mostly into Razor's pocket. 247 bucks falls out of the Dyers. And both the Axe and the DK at this point are just trying to take safe farm and side lanes, which, I mean, yeah, nothing else you can do after that, right? Furion going for a quick Maelstrom here.
Yeah. Typical.
Not a bad idea. I think you're basically gonna, at this point, you're really basically the pseudo P1 in this game if you're the Furion, right? Like, I think you're gonna outscale DK, especially if DK's not doing so hot like he is here.
Not going for
Alright.
the armlet build. Just going straight for the S and Y. I think armlet's where a lot of that early game damage comes from. Would probably be beneficial to this team to get it.
On one hand, it could be. On the other hand, look at that! Look at that complete lack of money. He'll have his armlet around Christmas, I think.
True, but if he gets it by 20 minutes, that's a relatively strong timing that they could try to push around, even if it is.
Like, how much would that be precisely? That'd be
500. 2,800, I think.
2,500.
Oh, I was right. 2,500 exactly.
Yep. So.
Oh my, the Oracle's higher than the DK at the moment.
Yeah, that guy is in poverty. He's doing a smoke gank. I don't really think he should be part of this gank. He's got no ability to help, basically, at this point. They're gonna run right into the Zeus here. That's probably not who they wanted to see. Oh, they're gonna go for him anyway. Just drop the whole world on him. But unfortunately, that is kind of given Razor. Okay, maybe not quite such a free ride after all. He got stuck in the trees in a Macropyre. And he's having trouble taking the damage. Wump gets Culling Bladed. That's a really big kill.
It is. DK back above the Oracle.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that was on purpose, but good combination there from the Jakiro and the Furion. Just baked the poor Razor in that Macropyre.
Still did almost as much damage as the entire Dire team combined, so
Yeah.
take that as you will.
It's not the happiest news, but at least you showed the guy's mortal, so that's a lot. Guy's going for BKB, which, you know, is something you're going to need this game, I guess, but you really, really need to get, like, a Force Staff or that. Okay, that works. I mean, it's not the most ideal solution in the world, but it's a solution. It may not be elegant, but it'll get you out of the goddamn trees, and what more can you ask than that?
True.
The only hitch is, should have been bought before that, but you know. Yeah. Jakiro and the Oracle gonna have a little spat here. Just kind of watching Juggernaut freeform, which, by the way, he has totally been doing that for a long time. This guy has been just completely unimpeded.
I was right, he did go for the Battle Fury this game, instead of the Meal. Just to get out of those trees.
At least the good news is for him that thus far it doesn't look like DK is going to be the kind of problem that you're going to need to itemize around, so there's that.
At the moment, yeah. Especially not without that armor. That 500 and some odd health that it gives you. And, what is it, 9 armor? When active?
I guess we can look right now. The answer is 4. It's considerably less than 9, but it's still a decent amount.
No, but I meant the plus 6 armor from DK.
Yeah, that's well. Yeah, with the passive armor, it's 10.
Yeah, that's what I intended. Everything together.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the let's see what happened while we were thinking about that, because that was a little bit hard, like of a difficult fight to parse here. So Giraffe goes forward here, kind of walks into everybody.
Red gets caught out at the AoE.
Yeah, Razor just goes forward here with the False Promise and the Razor ult on him. Runs over the Jakiro. You've got the Furion now with the DK, but man, this is such a compromising position. DK is, oh no, Furion almost died. He actually just barely was able to turn it around. I'm not sure by what, but something healed him just enough to not die. And was
Furion, I think he had a stick. Yeah, he popped his stick.
Oh, he had 20 stick. Okay. It was a lot of HP. So he was able to live, turn things around a bit. So at the end of the day, it's kind of a stalemate. 3 for 2. 300 club for just the supports. Just the supports were worth nearly as much as the 3 and under club. Only a 400 gold differential between them. For the most part, that just kind of served to move gold from the axe and the support line to the bigger cores on Dire, and built Razor up a little bit. Look at this poor lion. This man is crying. Maybe he has something cool on Courier, or maybe he has, like, wards. Okay, he has a blank, so he's not crying anymore.
Now my enemies pay.
DK, still on his way to SNY, has completed the Y portion at the very least. Which means that he could have indeed gotten Armlet at about exactly 20 minutes. Smoke gank here with everybody but the Furion. They're kind of near the Zeus, but Zeus is kind of walking the other way, trying to go with the rest of his team here. They're probably not going to find him. Furion has given up on this being a viable objective and is just going to push bot, building up the Orchid here, which a little bit different now. They're going to eventually just kind of walk onto the team here, and man, it's going to go bad for both sides. Everybody just kind of takes a bath. Everybody in the Radiant starts really strong, but everyone just kind of takes a bath in the Macropyre, and it doesn't go very well. 2 for 4 trade there.
You know those heat baths that everyone says is the new fad?
Yeah, everyone took a heat bath there.
They just wanted to try it out. It didn't work out for them.
The Dire were able to snap up the Oracle before he did anything, and I think that was a big part of why that fight went so well for them. 2,920 gold in their pockets. That kill on Razor, once again, very big kill for them. Jug still free farming.
Oracle died before being able to cast literally a single spell.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Good thing for Jug this game is that the 20 talent on Prophet no longer pierces BKB.
It's true. Did it when? Because this was before the B patch, I think. So did it before the B patch?
Ago, but the leash used to pierce BKB. This was like a full patch ago. Actually, wait, that's not even there anymore. Never mind. But the old 20 talent where it was sprout leashes.
Yeah, that's gone now. Yeah.
BKB.
There's nowhere there.
I might be blind to Prophet changes because I haven't seen this hero in so long.
There you go. The Radiant going for kind of like a counterattack here. We got a Yules on Oracle, which will, at least ideally for him, help him prevent that, what happened to him in the last fight from happening again. He has his shard, so he's got Purple Rain now.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So 2 big things to help in a fight, and 2 big things to keep the Razor Express rolling. Well, the shard doesn't help keep the Razor Express rolling, it kind of helps things follow up the Razor Express, though.
Regeneration.
And now everyone has kind of put the brakes on the game.
Yeah. This game, it seems like, at the moment, if they could manage to take down the Razor in a fight, Dire is overwhelmingly in the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, Radiant still has the gold lead, but I think I would agree with that. If they were able to get one more good kill on Razor, I think they could just kind of take over the entire map before he comes back up and really put the Jug in a bad spot. Especially with that Furion. I mean, you know, it's a very good hero for just kind of casually dropping in. Well, the Jug can definitely kill him in an Omni Slash at probably any point in the game. He does have this funny little thing that Jug does not actually have any answer to.
He's almost there. He's about 1,000 gold off. Sorry, 600 gold off.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But he has to be careful not to use it. Although his Oracle could also save him from it. That is the other thing we have to think of.
Yeah, I guess that's also true. I'm thinking, just in a casual. Okay, Razor going in really deep here. Gets the Centaur ult on him.
Oracle save.
Yeah, Oracle, great Oracle save with the Purple Rain here. Razor's actually going to opt. Oh my god, just barely lives. It looked like he should have died there. Omni Slash coming in. A lot of it just hitting a big stupid Treon. The Zeus Ags is out here now. It's contributing to this fight, and uh-oh.
There you go. My exact point earlier. He spun and tried to man fight and tried to kill the DK, or the Prophet, and DK just Mask of Madness killed him.
Yeah. 2,511 gold changes hands. All the rating gets for that is supports. That is like a really big set of kills. Not only, okay, they also just found the Zeus in the backlines here. Not only did they get rid of the Razor, but getting rid of that Juggernaut too. I didn't think that was a very realistic objective. I didn't think he was going to be in a situation where he was going to be like risking that. But nope, he went down.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
He went down in a big way. And that is a lot of momentum that just swung towards Shenanigans here. Has allowed DK to complete the S and Y. He's about to actually finish the BKB, in fact. Lion now going to get a Ghost Scepter.
Straight into Bloodthorn on this, huh? Profit.
Centaur going to spot out the DK and oh no, DK, okay. This is a little bad. They found the Jug again. Jug trying to man fight the Warcarb. He actually does a lot better this time because the rest of Warcarb's team kind of headed for the hills. I think that might have been a miscommunication there.
From an awkward angle, no one else was really close, so they just turned on him and he died.
Yeah, it looked like Warcarb was assuming that the rest of his team wanted to fight that out, and that was not actually the case. Because that was definitely a that was not an I'm giving up on running away type turn. That was a let's get him type turn, you know what I mean?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They lose the Nature's Prophet, they lose the Lion, they lose about 1,000, really with the way the Dire lost money, about a 2k gold swing towards Radiant, who also gets a T2 tower for their troubles on the way out. And the Radiant's gonna go for Roche here. I think it got figured out pretty well.
I think it did. If this Axe gets in there with a nice Blade Mail call, somebody's gonna die for sure.
Oh yeah. Blade Mail goes out, here comes the Q. The answer to who's gonna die is Axe. That was the person who's assuredly gonna die.
Oh
Oracle keeps the Centaur Warrunner alive. And
because what's it called, Oracle Shard increases healing done, and the Jug Ward just healed them all so much it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what happened to the DK. Oh, the DK was just standing in the middle of the fight and got tag teamed by Razor and the Roshan. That's a little unfortunate.
Jug gets bashed twice now.
And then Razor just went and ran over the Prophet when it was just down to the 1v1.
Is under attack.
Unfortunately, that's how it goes until the Prophet has some way to gain space.
Yeah.
Which is typical. Most Prophets these days are going Hurricane Pike.
And Warcarp is not. He's going Bloodthorn into BKB. So
I don't think BKB is the most impactful item this game. What does it stop? It stops Zeus damage, a couple of Oracle spells, and a single stun from Centaur.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything here, really. I noticed the Axe building it as well. I think he could have just skipped it this game entirely on the Axe. I can kind of get it on the Furion because he's such a squishy guy, you would really rather not have to deal with all that crap. You know, that it can definitely be a bit of a lifesaver on him, but I don't think it does anything for the Axe. I think you'd really just rather have things to help keep the momentum going this game.
Dire are scanning.
In fact, everybody's building BKB at the same time. This will be the best. They're going to get it at pretty close timings too, which will be the best non-power spike ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It will be the saddest. It will be a really sad day for Zeus, and it will be a sad day for nobody else.
I don't see how much BKB actually changes. Maybe I'm insane and that this is like a really good BKB game, but I don't see it.
No, I don't think it is. It's like you said.
Just Jug and Razor, both of which almost entirely go through BKB, because Razor all goes through BKB. Everything except Spin from Jug goes through BKB.
Everything Centaur does just doesn't care about BKB, except for the stun. That's the only thing he really loses, and that's a little hard to BKB time. I mean, you get some wind-up.
His W gets blocked by BKB.
Oh yeah, that's true, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
His slow from his ult is blocked by BKB.
Oh no. Well, that's blocked by BKB, so I guess you need that now.
Purging the Halberd, but obviously Mantha are satanic in the form of DK. would be fine to purge it.
Yeah, or you could just get like you could even just get like Lotus on one of your other guys. Oh my god, the Glimmer Cape, invisibility is invincibility. This is a really awkward situation for the Furion now, actually. He's gonna try and TP home, he's not gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it home.
Excuse me. The Razor and everybody just kind of ganging up on him at the same time there, kind of knocked him out. And he's going for the BKB too. Awesome. Why didn't you leave it for me? True, he did not actually get the shrine there, so he got nothing for that except killed. That's really sad.
I think he was talking about DD, but yeah.
Maybe. Jug versus DK ends in a kill on DK and Jug going home. Axe just barely missing the call there. Axe has now finished his BKB. Well, well. So that was the Aegis on the Juggernaut. He didn't actually TP that far. In fact, he's already run back here. It's a combination of just being fast and a Blink Dagger getting him across quickly. So this is kind of an awkward, compromising situation for the Dire here, who now have to face everything but the Omni Slash, basically. I guess they don't have Centaur ult either. Okay, they have it in 2. Well, the Radiant's not really going to press this much. They're just going to do just a little chip damage on this T3. Okay, they're going to do about half this T3 before they get out. Jug has finished his Aghanims. As we awkwardly respond to a text in the middle of a cast. Okay. Yeah, this is just, okay, Accent, good call. He's got his BKB.
Oh, Oracle alternate illusion.
Yes, he did. Very nice. I get that because yesterday I missed a kill on terribly because he did the illusion right as I clicked my mouse and I clicked on the I clicked Gush on the illusion instead and cried myself to sleep and then won the match.
These things, they happen.
Oracle now in jail here is gonna go down. They dropped Yules on a fake Juggernaut. So they did get 2 guys here. They did get the Oracle and the Centaur. And that was big. That got them 2,350 gold, but they did lose their T3 for it, which is a little bad if they can't find something else to make that worthwhile. DK going for that was his 9, and he's going for the Blink Dagger next. That was Axe's 9, and Furion will have his 9 next fight. Not like it matters that much. Okay, they found the Razor here. Kind of an awkward procession, though, as Axe calls him and hits Blade Mail, but he just gets chain stun. Kind of stun stacking there in a lot of ways. Juggernaut comes in with the Omni Slash, only gets the Jakiro, but does enough damage to the Axe that he goes down pretty swiftly soon after. The DK just lost the 1v1 to the Juggernaut. It feels bad all of a sudden. Yeah. 4 for nothing trade. They found the Furion 2. It's going to figure out that invisibility is invincibility once again. Oracle feels back to full in Purple Rain. So 5 for nothing trade, and everybody tips Warcarp, who says lol. 4th at god damn. That was basically a 5k net worth sling, which has brought the Radiant to 20k lead, and it's pretty over at this juncture, I think.
Oh my god, no, not like this!
It's not really buyback. There's no buybacks on the Dire except for the DK. And that's not really going to hold this off alone. The Radiant can well withstand just sitting in the Macropyre at this point. Especially with the Oracle there. Razor is like the really sad thing, I think, is this Razor is not even done. He still has a slot. So he still has one more slot to get even more powerful before he's really done. He also has the Ag stuff and Moon Shard. Jug also has a slot, has the Wraithband to replace, has the Blink Dagger to upgrade in the Ag stuff, so... This is not actually over for the Radiant yet, they still got some time, and the Centaur obviously has places to go. He's just now starting his first Heart. Bought himself a pipe, I guess, just to get through the Macropyre, because this team does not really have. I mean, you've got like the Lion ult, but you're really unlikely to like pipe in time for that. That's probably just gonna suddenly happen, or happen when your pipe is already down, rather than be something that's gonna be blocked necessarily. BKB now complete on the Nature's Prophet. To that end, I don't think I would have bought this game. You have plenty of ability to survive the one thing you're really building it for, courtesy of your Oracle. So I think you probably rather would have just had the Heart of Tarrasque up by this point, which I think you could have definitely alert. Allies will be alerted now. I think you definitely could have had in that time, yeah.
Instead of the pipe, I don't know. I think the pipe is decent.
Welcome back. The thing I was talking about is because you're really unlikely to have it interact the way you want with Finger of Death. Really, all it does is just soak macro in this game. That's it.
I mean, it's not going to interact the exact same way you'd want, but it still does provide the AoE magic resistance.
A little bit. I mean, the trouble is that the Finger of Death is going to come like at the end of a fight. It's probably not going to
or even right at the beginning, before he's really in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. I get that, but
and it's still just like a weak item. I think you have to have like I think you can't have like a pipe game unless they are really dependent on magic damage, and they're not really.
Yeah, unless you're against some sort of Lesh or Zeus carry. This is not.
Yeah, this is
how
bad
they
Roche.
Their Jug is on the opposite side.
Found out here. Axe charges into the pit and calls, and Axe is like losing that call badly. Oh no, baby. Oh man, that hurts.
Omni Slash. That's really bad. Yeah.
The Omni Slash hits nothing, and there's who cares? Rocket's still gonna die.
The Omni Slash killed Carp into half of DK's health.
Oh, I didn't notice Carp died in the Omni. I thought he just died before that started.
Nope, he died inside the Omni.
Okay, never mind. It's not really. I was gonna say they had like a nothing Omni Slash, and they still got 4 for 1. It's really awful.
Yeah, no,
but I guess it wasn't quite that bad, you know.
As we said, them just getting these BKBs turned out to be the weakest power spike in history.
Yeah, it did nothing for them. I think they're all probably sitting there regretting that right now. They all have very obvious items they could have built instead that would have been a lot more helpful to them. Like, I think because Axe got a decent string of events, like, right after he got the BKB, and in the alternate reality where we assume 10 strength probably didn't tilt that happening, he could have had an entire Axe, which is, like, really, really big for him.
Axe, he could have had a Heart.
Could have had the Shard, could have certainly had the Shard, which is, like, really what you're building around nowadays is Axe, which, that sucks. The DK could have had, you know, how many cool damage items can you buy on a budget of 4,050 gold, right? Like
that could have been AC. That could have been most of a Daedalus, which probably would have allowed them to turn that fight. I don't understand exactly the blink. He doesn't need to be the blink initiator this game. He can just follow up, especially as the carry. You don't want to be a blink carry DK.
Probably. And, you know, speaking of guys who can just build Daedalus instead of the BKB, here's another guy who would be really well suited to doing that.
Yeah, I think even just
finishing this.
I think the AC on him would have been a lot more effective than this BKB, or even the Hurricane Pike.
Or that, yeah. Many options here that weren't BKB. You know, BKB wins games, but you can definitely see here, I think something that a lot of people in LD2L don't understand is that it can lose you games as well, because if you get it in a game where it doesn't do anything for you, it is such a big momentum stall.
Honestly, if instead of that BKB, that was like a Shiva's.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big difference.
Just because all the Jug healing, all the Oracle healing. a Satanic would have been the heart healing from that guy. Or a Scotty would have been really nice.
Free shard for the Razor, which is a pretty good shard now.
Yeah. Slows it by what?
It gives you a slow that just matches the amount of damage you've stolen, basically.
Oh. So, level 4 Razor with the talent can steal 100% of your movement speed.
Yeah, really quickly, yeah. Just get you down to the minimum. I don't think it slows you beyond the minimum move speed, but it will get you to that minimum real quick.
100. But yeah.
Yeah. Especially considering some of these guys are really not all that fast anyway.
And are very squishy.
He is a little faster, you get this one. We're getting kind of posturing here at the bot tower, which I mean, yeah, now it's not now or never. It's, well, I guess it is kind of now or never. I don't know necessarily if they're going to win the scaling war here, but
Dire, I think, actually has the better scaling.
yeah.
If they get the 6 items versus 6 items.
Yeah. So I guess it's now or never, baby. Get it done. And we're in the sad position where the I just heard a refresher. Who the hell did that?
Might have been the refresh shard from Zeus.
No, it's refresher orb on Zeus.
Huh.
Got a second ult. Is going to lead to the deaths of the DK, the Jakiro, the Axe. From the combination of that plus the Razor just running everybody over. A lot of buybacks come out to try and get the Razor, but he doesn't care. He's just going to get false promised and stand in the purple rain and just go back to full health when this is over, probably.
And with the Cord, definitely. That heals 12% of your health per, or what is it? What is the Oracle ultimate bonus?
So that's 5% of your health per second, and then the Oracle boosts that by 100%, so it's 10% health per second.
Plus the Oracle Shard.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Which is another 25%, so that's 12.5% health per second, depending on how the math works out.
Yeah, because that old
12.5 or 11%.
There is the Fury on BKB not doing anything. He just kind of sits there not doing enough damage and dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to even call anymore. It's just dire heroes go in, and no matter what they do, they just kind of die.
They don't have the damage to win fights right now.
No, they don't.
There's a 6k health Centaur running around. There's a 3k health Razor, all with an Oracle support.
Yeah. The Aegis did expire in a really awkward spot for Razor.
I don't know
actually might die. No, the team's gonna show up, so he's gonna be okay.
And they still had. No, they didn't have another Oracle up for a while, but.
Foot Slash just gets rid of the hero straight on. This game was competitive for a while, and then it ended with a 50k net worth differential.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah. Not very nice. Giraffe gonna take a spill in the fountain. Got gamer detected. I guess they're salty that the chon team did not call the GGs. Crim's gonna die of the fountain, and that's gonna be the end of a godlike streak for the Lion, which swung to over 2,000 gold. And that's it. Cirque to SoGay Tech game won by a very commanding margin. Again, it was competitive for a long time. You know, that gold lead did not really budge from within 5k for a long time into this match, but the BKB trio really sunk this team in a big way. Like, basically just turned all the momentum they had gotten into nothing. Like, they had a lot of wins. They had a string of good plays and good wins before they all got those BKBs, and because they got those BKBs, it just all turned into nothing. It just basically meant that all 3 cores were then at a 4,000 gold deficit, because these stats are nothing. This is like, I think on a strength hero, this is legitimately, like, competitive stats with, like, a bracer, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, it's better than a bracer. It's 10 damage, or it's 10 strength and 34 damage on a strength hero.
Right, but it's not like it's not that much better, and it's certainly losing by a very long margin when you're talking, strength per gold. You know what I mean? Like,
You're not exactly buying it for the stats.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like you're not buying it for the stats, but in this game the stats are all they give you. So in this game you are buying it for the stats basically.
Yeah, you're
4,000 gold
buying
for
it to
10 strength
protect
and 24
against a
damage.
single stun.
A
Oracle
single
stun,
pretty
or
bad stun, mind you.
You can't say that Centaur's stun is a bad stun. It's a pretty decent stun. It's just very short range. It is a 2-second stun on a 10-second cooldown. Like, you can't say it's the worst stun in the game.
Oh no, you can't say it's the worst stun in the game. It's just certainly not the kind of stun you would build a BKB just for. You got the Oracle Root, which is like, not something that's going to affect you often. You've got the Oracle Yules, which he's mostly going to be using defensively. You've got the Halberd on the Centaur, which you have many alternative options. I mean, I think there certainly wouldn't be anything wrong with getting like the Manta on the DK here, right? Like you could definitely be okay with that.
I think you still just go SNY this game, just for the stats.
I mean, just getting rid of the Halberd, just functions of getting rid of that.
You just get a Satanic.
There you go. Just get a Satanic. You can just do that. You could get a Satanic. You just get many.
BKB could have been the other two parts of a Satanic, and you just disassemble your Mask of Madness. This Blink could have been, I don't know, part of an AC.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the atomization.
Yeah, it's very mid, kind of like an old mid DK. You'd see that kind of build. I don't know.
I almost would have liked to see Jakiro out of the 4 position going a little greedier and just getting that Axe.
Maybe, but either way, yeah, it just stalled all their momentum and it just completely ground the team to the halt. Like when they did that,
the rest of the team didn't really have enough damage and just the area control that Jakiro Axe gives you.
Yeah. When you had that momentum stalls, like when that happened, they just lost the next team fight after they all got the BKBs in like a pretty big way, and then after that happened, it was just over. It's just all downhill from there. Like I don't usually do this unless I'm streaming, but like look at this graph. This is about
decently in these fights.
Then
they were keeping it even.
Go on.
They were doing decently in the fights, keeping it even for the longest time, and then like right before they got these BKBs, they lost a fight, and then they got the BKBs, and the items just weren't impactful. The 3 BKBs are the least impactful items this game, and from there you can just see they just lose the game slowly. Actually, pretty quickly, honestly.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say you can see it looks like if this were the other way around, it would be a stock market crash. Just look at that graph go up, man. It's like that's what every executive wants to see. Either way, we'll see what happens with this lineup next time.